Hello and welcome. This is Radio Air Hyper. I am your Hyper. I want to thank all of you across all of the Post-Apocalyptia for joining me in my very first broadcast. I know it's been heavy publicized all across Post-Apocalyptia, or at least maybe it has. I never leave the studio. But if you're tuning in, celebrate. Take your shot. That's good. Anyway, before we begin, I just want to say that I realize that all across the United States, all across Post-Apocalyptia, all of you have been having some tough times. While some of you have been improving with your life and all that kind of stuff, everyone else has been having a bit of a rough time, you know? And it's been hard for everyone, and I realize that. But don't worry, if things haven't gone right for you yet, they will soon. And that brings me straight into what we need to discuss. Some news. First off, we got straight out of Quadrant 4 in the former state of New York. Right in the middle of the city, about around the vicinity of the place called Yonkers, or at least what was once known as Yonkers, now known as Novak. We have a bit of a problem there, actually. Some of the brave men and women who are part of the NWP, that's the Nuclear Wasteland Patrol, if you have yet to notice, sadly have gotten pinned down by an army of cougar mercs. We don't understand at this time why the mercenaries are out to get the NWP, but for whatever reason, they're out to get them, and they're stuck in the middle of a war zone right now. I ask anybody who might be listening within that area, if you can help out your fellow NWP soldiers, that would be amazing. And I would honestly really love it if you could. That's all I'm asking of you. They really need help. They're trying to help the wasteland. They're trying to protect everything across Post-Apocalyptia. Anyway, then moving on to the next ton. Over in Quadrant 5 in the former state of Florida, we actually have a very strange kind of thing I need to discuss, really. Someone has found a backup generator working somewhere in the middle of the state. And for some strange reason, they've brought it to the former land known as Disneyland, where they worshipped that idol known as the mouse. They've taken it to the place and have begun to make everything in that place work again. Supposedly, and mind you, I'm just going off of what I've been told, but from the rumors, it looks like they have clean, purified water down there. If you have not yet gotten to Florida, I suggest that you might want to check it out if this is true. As you all know, all the water across all of Post-Apocalyptia is just completely and utterly irradiated, completely impossible to drink. And that's why you need to take any possible chance that you might get. The only warning that I have to say though is that if you're coming out of quadrant 4 or any of the rest of them really, now that I'm taking a look at it, you cannot pass through Georgia. I know that it's the fastest way into the country, but you cannot pass through the former state of Georgia. That place is riddled with nothing but raiders and scavengers that would kill you at the first sight. You cannot go through there. I'd suggest that if you really need to, you're going to have to take the long way around into Alabama, the former state of Alabama, I mean, and I realize that might be a little bit of a problem for some of you. I understand that. Mostly for most importantly for the people in Quadrant 4, of course. I mean, that's just it's much farther away, and you can easily just go through Georgia. I mean, if you have enough ammo, if you have enough armor, if you have enough men, enough warriors to go through there, to pass right through the state of Georgia, the one place that no one wants to go, then by all means, you can try your best, and most likely you might be able to get through. It's not like there's any major danger down there. However, I wouldn't want to take the risk. I would say that you should just pass through Alabama and just go. And I know it'll take longer, but it's the safer way, at least from everything I've been told. Moving on, we actually have some surprising news coming out of Quadrant 2 in the former state of Nevada. Now we actually are dealing with a fairly strange little thing, actually. And this is actually a very strange one. In the settlement known as, let me just take a look at my notes here. Let's see. Oh, that's right. They've also started up a new settlement called Oop. I don't get the joke. Um, but in the settlement known as POC, they've actually begun something. They've started trading. I know that for some of you that might sound weird because I'm sure that up until now you've never even heard of this place. However, this is actually a very interesting thing for one very simple reason. They have so much food, so much ammunition, so much everything there. But that's not what they're trading. They could easily make so much denarii from that. But that's not what they're trading. They're trading books. They have one of the last few readeries in all of the post-apocalyptia, all of the former United States. And that's very interesting for a couple reasons, really. They are the only ones left to have any literature, and they think of themselves as very high because of it. And they've been, well, isolated for quite a long time. But now they're trying to come out and trade with everyone, which is a very strange thing. I really don't know where else to go with that, actually. It's just a very interesting little subject. If you've always been curious about the old world writings before the bombs fell, then I'm sure that you'd want to try and get in touch with this caravan. As of the last time I checked, they were actually passing passing around Quadrant 3 through the former state of Texas, around the ruins of Austin, if you wanted to find a place there. Oh, what's this? I'm receiving some news back from the NWP, who I work closely with, and if you can assist them in any way, I'd love for you to. I've just received some news. Apparently, my warnings about Georgia should be heeded even more now. Slavers apparently have moved into the area, and they've begun to attack and take raiders, everybody, really, everybody. They've begun to take everybody into slavery and are moving them back to into what's left of Philadelphia. They're moving them all the way back there. I can't stress enough. Slavers are one of the most dangerous things that you need to worry about in all of post-apocalyptia, my friends. And I really can't stress hard enough how bad it is if you get taken by them. I would hate for that to happen to anyone. Anyway, this is just a service announcement. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you think that you actually can stand a chance against the very powerful slavers from Philadelphia, who known as the Crowns, if you don't know that, if you think that you ever might be able to stand a chance, or you've raised up enough people to attack them, if you think that you can, by all means, please save those innocent lives. Those children before they end up getting beaten, the women before they get raped, the men before they're slaughtered and eaten. Damn cannibals. Anyway, sorry that this broadcast has taken on a bit of a darker tone because of that. Actually, while we're at it, let's move on back to, well, we have yet to get any news out of Quadrant 1 yet, so I might as well move on to that. Let's see what we got. This is a nice one, actually. A couple of people have actually started going out all around Quadrant 1. Most notably, in where Washington used to be. And the thing that they've been doing out there, which is just awesome. They've been going out in raider armor, in masks, or helmets, or whatever, something that covers their face. They go out and sneak up and join up with the raiders, and then slaughter them before they're able to destroy anything else. I love this kind of people. These people are the ones that people need to start listening to. These are the good role models. The guys who are making sure that evil and all of Post-Apocalyptia can't be broken. They're trying to make sure everything's okay. They want to save everything else. That's just perfect, you know? I can't stress that enough. That is just beautiful. That's just great. Well, as of this very moment, that's all the news that we have coming out of Post-Apocalyptia. There's nothing else as far as I can tell. Everything else is quiet. So I might as well give you all some news about me very quickly. As you know, this is my first broadcast, but I am currently situated about 6 or so miles out from the city of New York, which is why I know what's going on in there. Which is why I know mostly what's going on here in this quadrant. That's how I know so much about the Philadelphia Slavers, for one thing. But thanks to the NWP, I've actually been able to set up a form of system, a mail system across all of Post-Apocalyptia. So if you know where you can find one of those old blue mailboxes that has a little sticker on the side of it, by all means, drop in a letter, a note, some news that you want me to say, that you want me to discuss in your settlement or somewhere else, and I can promise you that it will get to me. I can't promise when, but I can promise you that it will get to me and I will be able to discuss it. So by all means, send me your messages, send me your letters, tell me what you want me to talk about, tell me what you want me to discuss. I can't stress enough how much I want that, how much I want to be involved with all of you, how much I want people to know what's going on all across Post-Apocalyptia. Well, anyway, also, I'm not quite sure how to phrase this. Well, the NWP are very good for another reason. They're, okay. Okay, I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. Look, the NWP are nice people. But I can't stress enough. Do not go into Quadrant 0. If you don't know where that is, it's basically every other state, every other former state that has never been mentioned. Never go there. I'm not going to say why, I'm not going to explain it. Just understand that the NWP will not allow you in. That is the one place across all of Post-Apocalyptia where they will not let you in. Well, that's about it for today. Thank you all for joining in with this broadcast. Remember to send in your letters across the Post-Apocalyptia, and thank you for tuning in. I hope you'll join me next time, and I hope that you'll enjoy the rest of the news. And that's right, I'm bringing you the truth, no matter how painful it might be. Because if somebody's gotta hurt, so does everyone else. Thank you for tuning in, and now we return to the soft music of Nat King Cole.